everybody, I hope you're all well. It's just my final thoughts on the Kobe 10. So everyone, starting off with traction on the shoe, the traction pattern that Nike have used is good. So basically what they've done is they've done away with the embossed print of the foot and they've got a kind of dotted, speckled pattern on the bottom. Kind of feels like a comb, you run your fingers through it. It's got a nice feeling to it and it's very pliable. To be honest, I think that the traction performs slightly better than last year's model. This is because I played on a dusty court, so on a dusty court I was still getting a lot of grip, whereas with last year's model, on a dusty court it would get stuck between the grooves and you would slip a lot. With this shoe I didn't really have much issues with it in terms of slipping. I was really stuck to the floor no matter what the court conditions. However, I wouldn't suggest using the shoe outdoors. It is very pliable, the bottom of the shoe, the traction is very pliable, so if you use it outdoors you're going to burn through it extremely quick. And to be honest guys, there's a lot better options out there for outdoor use, so you don't need to buy the Kobe 10 for outdoors. But indoors, traction is amazing. Whether it's court is dusty or clean, you're going to be stuck to the floor like glue. So traction is great. In terms of cushioning on the shoe, we've got an encapsulated air unit at the back and lunarlon from the midfoot to the front. Now I like the cushioning on the shoe in terms of impact protection. So in the heel it's doing a good job absorbing impact, and of course your lunarlon is always going to be good when it comes to impact protection. However, they've kind of encapsulated it in a small flexible kind of plastic cage, and what that does is, of course, it adds support to the shoe, but what it takes away is slight responsiveness. So the cage around the outside is hindering the responsiveness of the cushioning setup. However, even though it's not as responsive, let's put it that way, like I said, the cushioning system is still doing a good job of absorbing impact when you're jumping, when you're landing, however it is that you're doing it. So the cushioning system is good for me. Last year's model was full length lunarlon. This year, like I said, lunarlon from the midfoot to the forefoot, to the forefoot, and then in the heel you've got the encapsulated air unit. Both are doing a really good job in terms of what cushioning is supposed to do, but the responsiveness has been slightly taken away due to the added support structure which they have. With cushioning guys, it's a good cushioning system. In terms of materials along the upper, we've done away now with the fly knit, so there's no more fly knit. What they've got here is kind of a mesh material with fuse on the inner walls. The materials are okay. I mean, it's basically got the feeling of a fuse to it. You've got slight fuse overlays here in the eyelets and along the toe. It's a decent materials. I mean, I can't say they're horrible, but I can't say they're amazing either. What they're kind of focusing on with this shoe is what I've grasped is just support. So the sole, the base, the materials, all of it is just a very supportive shoe, and that's what the materials are giving you. The fuse at the back, the mesh at the front, the combination of the two, it is supportive. It's not too bad when it comes to its maneuverability. It's not that bad. Like I said, it's not horrible like what I've heard the Superfly is, but it's okay. It's not great either, but it's okay. In terms of ventilation, the materials themselves are not really giving you much ventilation at all because the mesh has got fuse at the back of it. The main area of ventilation here is coming from the tongue, and that's obviously where your ventilation is going to come from. I've got a slight heel cup in the back, stopping your heel moving side to side. In terms of support though, the materials are doing their job. I had no issues with lockdown, heel slippage, everything was great in terms of that. So because of that fact, I have to say the materials themselves are good and they do a great job. You've got no fly wire here, it's just your standard lacing system, but it does an excellent job of keeping your foot locked into the footbed. And that's about it really guys. The materials themselves are okay. I wouldn't say they're a massive downgrade from last year, because last year it wasn't full blown flying it anyway. It still had a fuse backing, so it wasn't a massive downgrade. In all, I suppose the materials are kind of on par with each other. I would say there's nothing hugely spectacular between the two. And that's that really guys. So in terms of materials, I think materials are good, but once again they're not excellent and they could be better. So overall, what do I think about the Kobe 10? Well, I had the Kobe 9. I enjoyed the Kobe 9 a lot, and if I were to rate the Kobe 9 out of 5, I would have given it a 4.5. Now this model itself isn't an upgrade, nor is it a downgrade. I would say that if you have the Kobe 9 low, You're going to be just as good with the Kobe 9 low as you would be with this shoe. Like I said, there isn't any huge massive upgrades. The only thing I would say is that this shoe is highly focused on support. Kobe is aging and he's got problems with his joints, knees, Achilles, all these kind of things, so they're focusing a lot on support for him as a player, which is great. And this shoe, like I said, as a player gives you a lot of support. Compared to last year's model, like I said, no massive upgrades, no massive downgrades. So for that reason, and for that reason only, I can only give the shoe what I would give the Kobe 9, which is a 4.5 rating, and that's it. It's still a great shoe. It has everything you need for a basketball shoe. The ventilation is a bit, you know, so-so, but it's not to the point where you're getting blisters, so it's not a massive thing. But remember guys, if you have the Kobe 9, just use the Kobe 9. I mean, you don't have to get the Kobe 10, it's up to you. Do you know what I mean? I got the Kobe 10 for performance test purposes, and the fact that I think aesthetically the shoe looks really pleasing. I think with, you know, casual wear as well, the shoe is really nice if you wanted to get the Kobe 10 for casual wear. On the court, it performs great. So obviously if you haven't got the Kobe 9 from last year, you can invest to get the Kobe 10. You're going to get the same performance benefits from both shoes. Neither of the shoes is a horrible shoe. Both shoes are amazing trainers to wear for sneaker, for basketball in terms of sneakers purposes. And that's it guys, really. So remember, 4.5 rating for this shoe, same as the Kobe 9. No major advantages or disadvantages for getting this one compared to last year's model. So guys, that's me signing out.